Hey everyone, happy Thanksgiving to you. And this is my favorite time of the year, my favorite holiday of the year at that, where we like to carry our 3 F's down here in South Louisiana: family, food, and firearms. And today on Behind the Gun, we're talking about the difference between a round nose bullet and a hollow point round, and what that does on impact on our buddies Bill and Phil.
While you do want some penetration with a hollow point round, you don't want your round to over-penetrate, which is typically what a full metal jacket or a round nose bullet does. The object of a hollow point round is to have it expand and transfer most, if not all, of its energy into your attacker. Many hollow point rounds can transfer as much as 95% of its energy into the attacker, whereas a round nose bullet is known to pass right through an attacker, in essence taking all of its energy through the attacker and out of the exit wound with it. It's also important to remember that with that firearm comes a certain amount of responsibility, and you as a shooter are responsible for that round when it leaves your muzzle. That means if it travels through and out of the attacker, you're responsible for what it hits next. First up, Max is giving Bill a 115 grain full metal jacket. Notice the smallness of the entry holes. And Phil, he gets a 115 grain hollow point. Now notice how large these entry holes are. As you can see here, the largest hole that the full metal jacket made in tissue was about 1/4 of an inch, where the largest hole that the hollow point made in tissue is about 3/4 of an inch.
There's always been the great debate of what caliber should I carry? What round should I carry to protect my loved ones and myself? And today we talked about the round nose versus the hollow point. And we typically get to see what happens to paper, cardboard, and sometimes steel in the firing range, but it's not so often we get to see what happens to flesh and bone. And that's what we're talking about here today. You know, here we see the round nose that Bill took, and you can see that it traveled straight through. Bill's a lovely assistant. We treated him very well here with the round nose round. Went straight in and right back out. The entry wound and the exit wound is relatively the same. Not a whole lot of damage in there. And this is probably not a round that I would want to carry to not only protect myself and my loved ones, but also in home defense. Sometimes these rounds will easily travel through sheetrock, walls, whatever it may be. And if you're actually trying to hit an intruder, it can sometimes strike your loved ones as well. Now Phil over here, he started with an attitude. I can tell by the way he was bowed up at me, he wanted to take that hot round, so I gave it to him. And when we gave it to him, you can see here that entry wound is much bigger than the entry wound of the round nose. But what's more impressive is what it does inside. Now that hollow point round, as it hits on impact, it's going to open up and expand, and it's going to travel through that cavity of wherever it might have entered, and as it travels through, it's going to continue to expand and blow out the backside, and as it does, the exit wound is much larger. And from the backside here, what I'm seeing is it's done quite a lot of damage, quite a bit more actually than the round nose round, but what's more impressive is how it chewed up the bone on its way out. So this gave a lot more damage, a lot more punch, a lot more stopping power. So for me, the choice is easy. If I'm going to be carrying to protect my loved ones or myself or a home defense round, it's going to be a hollow point round for sure. Hey, I'm Max Michel, and I'm on Gun District. Why aren't you?